Good morning, Miss Golden Girl here. And today is Tuesday, April the 18th, 2023. And the cruise season has started in Alaska. Norwegian Bliss docked yesterday in Juneau, and they're docking today in Skagway. This is an impromptu live broadcast because it was on my heart. I woke up this morning and I just want to give some tips about getting around Skagway on a budget. It is possible. It is possible. So, first thing I'm going to suggest, even if you're just arriving there today, search skagway.com. And that's a site you can get into. And they've got a list of all the different things in Skagway. And I'm going to go over some of them right now. Museums and history. And you can do this on foot. Hello. Thank you for coming in. I'm impromptu about getting around Skagway on a budget. So yesterday I was on a show, a live broadcast, and we discussed some of the museums. So I'm going to go in a little bit more detail. But again, that website is www.skagway.com. And it's got a lot of things giving you information and history about Skagway. So first thing I want to discuss is the museum and history. They got the Currington Museum of Alaska History. That's at 298 Broadway. So that's going to be at between 2nd and 3rd on Broadway. If you're walking into town, and you are able to walk into town, if you're able to walk, it's a nice walk from the cruise ship. And I'm going to tell you more about it, but they do have a smart bus. And that bus comes down and it runs every 15 minutes from the dock to the end of town. So I'm not sure if they're going as far as 10th or 11th. But here is the phone number for Skagway Municipal and Regional Transit Smart Bus. That phone number is 907-612-0902. You could pull up their website by Googling Skagway Smart Transit or Smart Bus, and you can get into their website. I'm going to go into that website, but I'm just giving you that now. Let me get back to some. These are things that going into that Currington Museum. It's a shop too, and that's free. There's no cost for that. Just if you decide to buy some souvenirs, they have an instant vintage photo. Hello, thank you for coming in. Hey, Bill, how are you? How's it going? Where are you? They said yesterday you were in Fiji. Are you on your way to Hawaii? Thank you for stopping in. I'm giving some tips on how to get around Skagway on a budget. The next museum is the Jeff Smith Parlor Museum, and that's at 2nd Avenue. And when you're walking into town from the harbor, that's going to be on your right-hand side. That's free. You can go in there, and they have a video. It's about a 30-minute video, and it'll give you the history of the Klondike Gold Rush, Skagway, and Dyea. The next one is the Klondike Gold Rush National Historical Park. That's right there at 2nd Avenue, too. They're really right there together. The address is 291 2nd Avenue. That's free. That's free. The Mascot Saloon exhibit. That's free also. That's on Broadway, 299 Broadway. So again, that website is www.skagway.com. And then you can pull up all this information that I'm providing you right now. But you can get around Skagway on a budget. And these items I'm telling you about right now, they're free. You know, sometimes you pay all that money to go to Alaska. You don't have the additional money for some of those excursions because those excursions can be very expensive. I worked in Skagway for 7 seasons. Working vacations is what they called it. So, you know, I was on a budget. I worked, I earned money, and then I did excursions. And then while I was working days off and walking, when I got off work, I took advantage of walking around the town and taking in these free activities. So I was on a budget. The next exhibit, the Morehouse exhibit, that's at 5th and Spring. Now they do have a tour where you can pay and you can get a guided tour and they'll walk you through the town, but you know, you don't have to do that. Again, that website is www.skagway.com. I'm going to type it up here now and put it in. But this is an impromptu live broadcast. I just want to give some tips on how to get around Skagway on a budget. Let's see here. That's the website there. And you can get all this information that I'm providing you. Also, there's another website, www.skagway.org. And so that'll give you additional information. So if you need to get around Skagway on a budget, I'm giving you some tips this morning. Miss Golden Girl here. You see my shirt? Thank you. Thank you for coming in. I'm giving tips on how to get around Skagway on a budget. I worked there 7 seasons. So I'm trying to help anybody out. The Norwegian Bliss, they're going to be docking there. They're the first ship docking starting off the season. Yes, I'm excited. I get so excited. I'm not going there this year. I'm not going to work. I'm not going to even cruise there, fly there, ferry there, anything. So, you know, I'm living through you, through your visits, and I'm trying to help and give you some tips of all that I learned while I worked there for 7 seasons on working vacation. Hello, thank you for coming in. So I have up the website where you can search that and get all the information I'm giving you right now. I stopped out with the Morehouse exhibit. That's at 5th and Spring. You can walk in there and look around yourself. They've got this exhibit and they have it set up similar to what it looked like in the gold rush days. It's small, doesn't take long to do it at all. Thank you for coming in. The Red Onion Brothel Museum, that is at 2nd and Broadway, and that's a brothel. But it's a restaurant too, so you can get food. So you can go in there and buy a little something, you know. I'm not for being on a cruise and buying food in town, but you could maybe buy a little something if you want to go into a brothel. Okay, now here's another museum, and it's called Skagway Museum and Archive. It's located at 7th Avenue and Spring Street. I was trying to tell them last night about how to get there, but it was on my heart to get up and do some research and give adequate addresses and everything. So that's a nice museum. All this is, once you get on Broadway, you can walk down there. The town is probably 10 blocks that's got the shops and everything. Again, I told you there's a shuttle, the smart bus. It's the smart bus, and it's public transportation. And it runs every 15 minutes from the cruise ship to the end of town. And the phone number for them, let me type that in too. Let me type that in. This is the smart bus. Yeah, I'm having fun this morning. Thank you for stopping by. But anyone that watch this after the fact as a replay, I just want to help you to get around Skagway on a budget. Some of those excursions are very expensive, and so you can enjoy Skagway without paying for any of those expensive excursions and get some good history about the town. All right, I'm going to type in the phone number for the smart bus. And also, if you just Google it, their website will come up too. I found out now that there's no taxi service, there is no Uber in Alaska, in Skagway. So your choices of transportation is your feet. And there, the shuttle vans that, do tours. They have the streetcar, but that's a tour, that's an excursion you pay for. But the shuttle buses is reasonable. I'm going to go to the website, but when I was out there, it was saying like $2 one way from the cruise ship, and I think it's $5 or something round trip. And I saw that they are running on demand, year-round demand now, but that's not going to work for you though. But from up until 1 a.m., I'll read it when I get there. But let me do this. But that's interesting. They didn't always have those kind of hours. Smart bus. So if you want to call them to ask questions, because okay, here it is. The smart bus. The phone number is 907-612-0902. And you can call them. I'm trying to figure out how you could possibly how far can you get to the end of town to get to the cemetery, and then you would have to walk the rest of the way. And then you could go into the cemetery, and inside the cemetery, Reed Cemetery, is a waterfall, a natural waterfall. So that's interesting. And that's free. You just have to figure out how far that smart bus would take you and how far a walk. So you can call them and ask them if you're trying to go to the cemetery, if you're not able to completely walk there, because that's a nice long walk to the cemetery. Then you got to come back. But, you could plan it so that you could take the smart bus to the end of town and then walk into the cemetery. And then you, on your return trip, walk back to where the smart bus starts to pick up again. So, but I'm going to call them too and see. So the next time I come live. Thank you. Thank you for stopping in. I am giving information on how you can get around Skagway on a budget. On a budget. All right. The next activity, and I'm getting this off of skagway.com, Skagway Traditional Council. That's at Broadway and 11th Avenue. So you can go in there and check that out. And I strongly suggest that you stop into the visitor center and get information from them before you even start doing anything there in Skagway. And they can provide you with firsthand information, what's current and everything what you do. But it is possible to get around Skagway on a budget. Yes, it is. Free. I was trying to think of a soft way to say it. But I'm giving you things that are free. All right, now this information came from I'm gonna show it. This information came from the Skagway.com. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to search the Smart Bus website. Just bear with me. Let's see here. Getting that phone number for the Smart Bus. I'm going to search their website now. Also, let me just share this, which this is free to go up to Dewey Lake. If you're a hiker and you want to do some hiking, I mean, that's a free hike. Some people may be doing some excursions and going out to Dai and going to hike some, but you know, you only got so much time that you're going to be there in Skagway. Be very conscious of your time. Get back to that cruise ship, you know, in plenty enough time so you can get on it. I worked for Westmark Hotel, and we did have some guests staying overnight because they have missed the cruise ship. So don't let that happen to you. Another thing that's free, I suggest go check out the market. The market is only one market there, and it has been sold. It was owned up until 2021 for the longest by this family, the Fairbanks family. I worked there as a second job for 2 seasons, always being there in Skagway during the season. I worked my main job, night auditor for Westmark Hotel, and then I worked a second job. People that come to Skagway to work for the season, they work 2 and 3 jobs. You come there, you come to make your money, and then you go on. The people that live there, they only have a short window that they can work, and they work 2, 3 jobs, maybe 4, trying to earn as much money they can during the cruise season. That is their livelihood, the cruise season. So it was real hard on them during the pandemic. Cruise ships weren't coming in. They're able to draw unemployment, but you know, unemployment is based on your earnings. So as I was sharing, the market is still called Fairway Market. They just have a new owner, and that's at 4th and State. So check out the market. Check out the market. See how expensive everything is. But the items are expensive because everything has to be brought in by the barge. I don't know if you happen to be there on the day when the barge comes in, but that's an interesting sight to see. When the barge comes in, the truck comes down, and then they load it up, and then they take all those pallets back to the market, and then they have to be unloaded. All right, let me go on to the Smart Bus site. Thank you for joining in. Again, I want to say thank you to all of y'all that will watch this as a replay. I'm here sharing tips on how you can get around Skagway, Alaska on a budget. The Norwegian Bliss is going to be docking there. They're probably sitting out there right now in the Lynn Canal waiting to be tied in, because usually the ships would get there about 4 in the morning if they said that they were docking at 7 a.m. And they would sit out there until it was their time to come in and to be tied down. And that's another job, and that pays real good money. And it was like what is it called? The longshoreman, you know. So that is a union type job, but they pay real well. So the people that, you know, work there, they made good money. people that work on the White Path Railway, they make good money. They make good money. It's not a year-round job, but they make good money. So, all right, let's go to this site here. This is so much fun for me. And I strive to, I expire to inspire before I expire. That's the way I say it. And so I just like to be helpful. I learned from being there for 7 seasons in Skagway, and this is my opportune time to share this with you, and I'm excited about it. I've been waiting to have this kind of platform for a long time. I used to go out on my Facebook page, and I was like a vlogger on there. My Facebook family and friends, they tolerated me. But now I have a YouTube channel, and this is one of my niches, is traveling. Traveling is my passion. I only have one state left to visit out of the 50, and that's North Dakota. So, all right, here, let's get this website up about the Smart Bus. Google it right now. All right. Make sure I get into the right site. All right. Skagway Municipal and Regional Transit Bus. So the buses are white and they got a blue stripe around them, and they'll say Smart Bus on them because, hello, thank you for stopping in. I'm giving some tips on how to get around Skagway, Alaska on a budget. The Norwegian Bliss is opening up the season in Skagway today. They're out there sitting in the Lynn Canal now, and they're going to be docking there soon. I've been tracking them. I have been tracking that ship since it left Seattle on Saturday. I saw it when it docked in Juneau. Oh, let me give you this site. I'm going to give you another site, the Sea Scanner, where you can track cruise ships. You can follow them. I'm jumping around here, but I'm going to come back. Sea Scanner. So that's it right there. And you can go in and you can click on that and you can track the cruise ships. I'm telling you, I say to people, where do you want? You have a dream to go somewhere. Maybe you're not into traveling like that, but you can enjoy traveling from the comfort of your home. So track those cruise ships. And they have also, you'll see where the cruise ship, how they're traveling, the position, and just below that, they have a webcam. So then when they come in or when someone comes out on that front part of the ship, you can see it. You can see it, and you can see when they dock. So yeah, take advantage of that. Okay. Let me get here talking about the bus. Okay. I showed the phone number. Let me show the phone number again for the bus, in case you want to call them to get some detailed information, answer your questions. Now, this is what they say about the municipal regional transit bus. On demand, it's an on-demand shuttle year-round, 8 a.m. to 1 a.m., but they're not going to provide that kind of service to you. That's probably more for the locals. And you call for pickups. Oh, they said, this rules you out right here. A 24-hour notice is needed for service outside the regular service hours. So they said, oh, okay, I had it wrong about the $2. It's $5 per person dock to Skagway River Bridge. Okay, so it's going as far as the River Bridge. So I think the River Bridge might be 12th, 13th Street. So that's good. That is good. $5 to get you from the dock to the Skagway River Bridge. So you wouldn't have that too long of a walk from the river bridge that they're going to go down Broadway to get to the cemetery, which that's a great tour. And there's no cost. It wasn't. Hopefully they haven't started charging to go in that cemetery. And they've got a natural waterfall in there. It's just beautiful. And you can walk around and see some of those people that was famous that got killed there in, during the gold rush time. Hello, thank you for coming in. I'm giving some tips on how you can get around Skagway on a budget. Right now I'm discussing about the Smart Bus. I pulled up their website, and you can do that. You can pull up the website. Just Google Skagway Smart Bus, and it'll come up. So that's a good deal. Then they say $10 per person to the end of the pavement on Dyea Road or Lyersville. Ooh, that's good. You can get out to Dyea Road. So you got to call them and ask some questions, and then $15 per person to Dyea or the White Pass Summit. Wow, you have to call about that, because I don't know if they're doing that during the season, because they might be competing with the shuttle van. But give them a call, because even if they say 24 hours needed for service outside regular service hours, you just have to call and ask them. But that's great. Call them and see where all they go. Because if you could get out to Dyea, hey, you go out there and then pay another $10 and come back. And that would be $20. And you've been able to get out there to Dyea. Now, you got to be careful out there in Dyea, because there's going to be some bears out there. So, but, okay, now this is what they say. When cruise ships are in port, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. is the daily service dock to downtown. Hello, thank you for coming in. I'm giving some tips on how to get around Skagway on a budget. And I'm discussing right now the Smart Bus. The Smart Bus will pick up from the dock starting at 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. and bring you into town. The cost is $5 per person from the dock to the Skagway River Bridge. And if you get to that river bridge, you almost can make it by walking to the cemetery. So you need to make sure that you got cash, and you know, because they said, please pay the driver bus $5 per person. Oh, they said for an all-day pass, and then $3 per person for each way. Wow, if you could get a $5 pass, all right. That's a good deal, isn't it? $5? So check out the bus, check out their website. I have the phone number there. You can call them. You can pull up their website by Googling Skagway Smart Bus, and it'll come up. It'll come up. Thank you. Thank you for coming in. And I want to say thank you to those of you who will watch the replay of this. I just woke up this morning with all my heart to give some tips on how to get around Skagway on a budget. If you're coming in by ferry, you know, some people come in by ferry. They give the numbers of how many visitors. Probably this year, 1 million people may come into Skagway, which is a town about 800 and maybe 350 year round, because a lot of people, they will go see my hair. If I look a little different, I purchased me some hair on Saturday. Miss Golden Girl is trying to get sassy here. Oh, another one of my niches, you know, I'm here now before you on my traveling niche. My other niche, hello, thank you for stopping in. I'm giving some tips on how to get around Skagway on a budget. But my other niche is traveling is one. Second one is aging. Let me just go back to traveling. Traveling is my passion. I love traveling. I love hearing about others' excursions. I love sharing about my excursion. I love researching and just following things through. Right now, as I said, I'm tracking the Norwegian Bliss, tracked it from when it left Seattle and tracked it when it docked yesterday in Juneau. And I'm so excited that it's going to be docking soon in Skagway. Skagway is a town that I'm very familiar with, worked there for 7 seasons. So now we talked about that bus. I want to talk to you about the market, talk to you about going to the cemetery, which is free. So I've given you some pretty good tips. You could spend the shops closed down about 6 o'clock. And so, you get off the ship, you could do that. You able take that shuttle bus. So I would suggest getting yourself a round trip pass or all day pass. So like if you want to come off the ship, go explore the town, go back and eat your lunch. See, I'm the kind of person that I don't buy food at no port. I do not buy food at the ports. All that food I done paid for on the ship, I go back, have my meal on the ship, and then come back off again. But you do you. But that's the way I handle it. Hey, I travel because see, it takes me a little while. It took me 2 years to save up for my finally 2019. I did my first cruise, only cruise thus far, to Alaska, and I did it on a Norwegian Bliss, and that was in 2019. In 2005, I was trying to do a cruise to Alaska, and it didn't work out. So then I went out online and searched for seasonal work in Alaska. So I started going there doing seasonal work and did 7 in Skagway and did 2 seasons in Anchorage. Thank you again for stopping by. Thank those of you that will watch the replay. And I would always suggest that you connect with me, give me the thumbs up if you like my video, if it was helpful to you, if you could take this information and share it with someone that will be cruising. And if you would share it out, this is, I'm just having such a wonderful time, such a wonderful time. I'm trying to think what else. I told you about the website, skagway.com and then skagway.org. I'm going to go and pull up skagway.org and see. We talked about the smart bus, which is a great way to get you from the dock into town. And it runs every 15 minutes, So right here, I'm going to go to skagway.org and see if that has any more sites that I didn't find. Hello, thank you for stopping in. I'm giving out tips today on how to get around Skagway on a budget. The cruise season is starting there today. Norwegian Bliss is sitting out there in that Lynn Canal waiting to be tied up at dock soon, I want to show you something else, how you can track the see here. Let me see. Yeah, the sea scanner. So you can utilize the sea scanner to track the different cruise ships, the different ports. So that's where I am tracking see here. Okay, I'm going to just bear with me. I'm trying to pull up skagway.org and see if it. I suggest you catch the replay to miss what you missed, because I've given out some good information how you can travel around Skagway on a budget. You save your money and you pay for that cruise ship there. And so, you may not have a lot of money for those expensive excursions, but there's a lot that you can see in the town and get a good feel for it. And say you had an awesome time and gather history, and it doesn't cost you anything or cost you very little. All right, here, let me stop talking and get into this site. .org. O-R-G. Let's see what they're providing it. Oh, I guess maybe let me try it a different way. I thought I had gone in under .org before, but that didn't do too well. Let's see. Let me try it this way. Oh, yeah, it's there. Let's see. I just probably. Hi, thank you for stopping in. All right. So let's see what we got here. Hey, if anybody is interested in working the season there, hey, you get there and you don't want to leave, they still be hiring. Still hiring. Let's see what's under skagway.org. Go under community. I guess that's pretty much all business now. So then the site for you to use is skagway.com. Let's see here where I have it again. Here's the phone number, those coming in for the smart bus. Looking at their website, they can take you all the way out to Dyea and Lyrisville. And out there at Lyrisville, they have a museum out there. They usually have a bus that comes in. It's not that expensive for that excursion to Lyrisville. They do a Gold Rush show, and you get a meal also. But I mean, if you didn't want to do all that and you needed to budget a little different, it appears that the smart bus will take you out there so you could go through their store. And you might then I don't know if they sell separate ticket. They might sell separate ticket for their show. So, and then there's this brothel. They're going to be hanging out the window. They're going to give you the true fact as you walk down Broadway. They are in between 4th and 5th, this brothel. They're hanging out the window, and it's on the right-hand side as you're walking away from the dock. And so they do shows. They Gold Rush show, I think they call it. All right. What else I was going to look up for you? So I'm trying to think what else I could think of that was free. But I think I've given you some pretty good tips that could keep you busy for the day, could keep you busy. Oh, and another thing that some people do, especially if it's a family, they'll rent cars. But if you want to do a rental car, I suggest you make your reservation in advance. Now, it used to be Avis that was the rental car there. Let me Google it and see is it still Avis. Now, anyone that's coming in there today, they possibly could maybe walk up and get some reservations. I don't know, depending on how many cars they have there. Because, see, they have to bring the cars in by the ferry, or they have to drive the cars in and come through Canada and everything. there is, as far as Skagway, to get there driving, you have to come through Canada. You have to come through Canada. It's not like you can drive from Juneau. There is no road out of Juneau. Juneau, only way to get in and out of Juneau is by air or ferry or boat. You know, some people got their boats. Thank you. Thank you for coming in. Let me, and then hopefully there's a ferry in when you land there, and you can watch the ferry unload. But just sitting down by the dock, they have a nice harbor. They call it Small Harbor. That's a little bit, you know, right there by the dock where the cruise ships are. I mean, that's interesting to see. Go into the ferry. Go in and walk around inside the ferry. It's nice. They've got pictures up on the wall. One time I had taken a lot of pictures being inside the ferry and made a smile box out of them, sharing it with my friends. Let me see anything else I want to share with you. If you have any questions, you know, I'm take questions, but I really thank you for stopping in and watch the replay. What I'm trying to do is give you some tips on how you can get around Skagway on a budget. They do have the Smart Bus, which will provide transportation from the dock to the river bridge. So that will take you the complete length of Broadway where the shops are. And I think you get to the river bridge, you may be able to walk from there into the cemetery with ease. They have access also, you know, for people that are going to have their motor scooters or if they're in a wheelchair. So, but again, call the Smart Bus. Oh, I know. I was looking up to see who is Avis still the car rental in Skagway. At one time, Sourdough, they did rental cars too, and they used to rent these antique type cars, but of course that might be a little bit more expensive. So I'm going to go. Hello, thank you for coming in. I'm giving tips on how to get around Skagway on a budget. I worked there in Skagway, working vacations for 7 seasons, so I understand being on a budget. I went there and I worked, and then I did excursions. I earned some money, then I did the excursions. And so I took advantage, though, of doing all the free sites there in Skagway. Also, I'm going to suggest that, oh, hi, Yaya. Thank you for stopping in. I guess, wow, some things have changed. I don't know if because now I have over 500 subscribers, because this is new, the way that's coming up. But I'm giving tips on how to get around Skagway on a budget. I worked there for 7 seasons. So hit the replay. Right now I'm looking up who's the car rental in Skagway. All right. Bear with me. I get to talking. I love talking about traveling. Just love it. And I'm trying to keep up with the chat too. Thank you very much for dropping in, stopping by. See here. All right. I'm looking up the car rental in Skagway. Let's see who's providing the service now. If it's still Avis. See, just be patient with me. I'm trying to bring up this site, see who's providing the car rental service in Skagway. Okay, it appears it's Avis. It appears it's Avis. Hey, they opened today too. So I'm sure they are, because those passengers getting off that cruise ship, getting off the Norwegian Bliss today, they're going to be able to rent some cars. Oh, as I was sharing and trying to tell you, if you have a family of 5 or 4 or something, it may be more economical, if you're comfortable to do this, is to rent a car and then, drive up the Alaska Highway if you want. You see the picture that I'm showing here now, that's Emerald Lake, and that's along the Alaska Highway path. The train goes by there. They will have, a lot of shuttle tours that's going up that way. But if you wanted to rent a car and drive up there, now what I suggest, what I observed working there the one season, is that make sure you get adequate coverage on the car. Make sure and do a good inspection before you take the car off the lot, because you want to make sure that any dents or whatever to the car is noted on your reservation sheet, so that you're not charged for something that's already previous be there. Also, I would recommend getting that windshield protection. I don't know what it is, but the Alaska Highway is different. It seemed like the windshields or windows would get damaged, a rock done flew and nicked it. So if you're gonna rent a car, get that coverage. Just get the coverage. It's for one day. Get the coverage, because then you're covered. Definitely get I know, like, sometimes, we got credit cards or something that provides some coverage, but then make sure what you understand what all that your credit card or your car insurance is going to provide, and then you buy any additional coverage that you need on that rental car. But just think how much money you could save. Say, for instance, if one of those excursion costs $200, that if you got a family of 4, that's $800. Then if you rented a car and you drove up the Alaska Highway and to the sites yourself, but only if you're comfortable. I never drove it myself. I wasn't comfortable. Because you got to be very careful. You got to be very, very careful. Very careful, and paying attention what you're doing and everything, because it was just two-way, one lane going this way and one lane going the opposite direction. So stay on your side. But that's something to look into. So Avis, you can Google car rental in Alaska, and call and talk to them, and make that reservation in advance, because as the season goes on, the demand gets higher and higher, and chances of you walking up to get a car is not good at all. Not good at all. All right, then, I'm trying to think what else I want to share with you. It is very possible to have a wonderful time in Skagway on a budget, without paying for an excursion, or if you don't, it's not in your budget. Now, it's awesome to take the excursion if you can, but one thing realize is that if you do the train, their excursions are 4 to 6 hours. One may be 8 hours. Hi, Pandy. Thank you for stopping in. I just came impromptu today to give out some tips on how to get to Skagway how to get around Skagway on a budget. So you can catch it on the replay, but I woke up this morning on my heart. I worked there for 7 seasons to just give some tips on how to get around there on a budget. You can enjoy the town without paying for, any excursions or paying very little to ride the smart bus. We looked that up. I put the phone number, I put websites there. Also, let me show the C scanner again. I am. Thanks, Candy. I'm trying to keep up with this chat too as I talk. I'm trying to get better at that. Oh, thank you. Thank everyone for coming in. Thank you very much. I've just woke up with it on my heart to give some tips. That first ship is going to dock in Skagway, Norwegian Bliss. I've been tracking it out of Seattle. It left on Saturday, docked in Juneau yesterday. So the cruise season is beginning today in Skagway. I worked there. I never only went in once in April. I usually would come in May. I usually like to spend Mother's Day with my children. And then I would go to Alaska, and I would be there from May to September. Now, this is the earliest that I've known that they opened up the season this early. So it's going to be interesting to see what shops are open, because the shops don't usually open until May. And the season then, when I was going and doing working vacations, was May to September. But this year, the season is from April to October. So I think some cruise ship lines, they're trying to make up from the pandemic. Yes. So I wanted to, I know what I want to do. I'm going to pull up and see where the ship is. Out on my page, also, I have on About, I have the thank you, Pandy. You're listening from work. I appreciate it. And please share it out. Share this with anyone that you know that could possibly be going to take a cruise to Alaska. Usually Skagway is one of their ports, but if they go to Sitka, if Sitka is on their itinerary, then they don't stop in Skagway. But Juneau is always on all of the cruise ships' ports a call when you come into cruising to Alaska. But Skagway isn't. If you go to Sitka, then you don't do Skagway. Okay, let me find this. I want to try to show you where the cruise ship is. Let me put the C scanner back up here. Oh, here's the website that I had given out, that Skagway.com, that you can go and you can get all the information, some of the information that I provided to you about the museums. Yes. And then I hope anybody that utilizes it will come back and find my video and comment and let me know. Yes, we were able to get around Skagway on a budget. Yes, just let me know. All right, I'm trying to get into my YouTube page here, and I want to see where Norwegian Bliss is. But yes, you can track any cruise ship. Go out, check out that website, Sea Scanner. They will show you the position of the ship, and then you just scroll down a little bit lower. Then they have a webcam, and so you can see, like, if passengers come up on the hull, the front part of the ship, or when they dock, or you can see as they're cruising, you see this massive body of water. So it's awesome. And there's others out there that provide that, but I came up and, I'm using Sea Scanner this year. I was trying to find the one that I used when I was preparing for my cruise in 2019, But for some reason, it didn't come up on my emails. I kept sending information to my friends that I was going to be traveling with. I love traveling, so I'm a travel agent by self-appointed. I get I work for free. Hey, you want a trip? I'll plan it for you. No cost. So I've done that with my friends and everything. So but here, let me see here. I'm trying to get into my YouTube page. Oh, I hope I don't cause no problems here doing this. Let me do it real quick. Yesterday I was okay, let's see if we can see where they are, where the cruise ship is. Thank you for coming in. Oh. Let's see. Let me see how with this virtual background I have. Guess it's gonna be impossible for me to show you. But yeah, this is the way it looks, and then you can see they there waiting. Now I'm gonna scroll down and I'm gonna see what the webcam is showing. You can't see it. Let's see. The webcam is just showing a body of water, so they have not docked yet, which Alaska time is 4 hours behind Eastern Daylight Time. Alaska have their own time zone. So right now where I am, it's 11:22. So that's going to make it about 7:22 there. Let me see if I can see what time they were supposed to dock there. You could go out on a cruise line agency. You can search that and you can get a schedule of all the different cruise ships. Okay, so they're saying they're there from 7 to 8:15. So let me look at that again and see. They're supposed to dock at 7. Wow. Doesn't look like that. Oh, you know what? They could be docked, but this says 7:19. Because sometimes, they only on those webcams, they every 10 or 15 minutes, they may refresh it. But this says 7:19, so I'm gonna keep Ooh, see the front of it. I get so excited, y'all. I get so excited. I don't think they've tied it up yet, though. Yeah, they still out there in the water, not too far from shore. Yeah. Normally, Norwegian Bliss will dock on the railway dock, and I was doing some research, and so I guess they had some issues with that last year, so they had to put some netting up. It's really something that's right there by this big wall of rocks and everything. So I guess they had a slide. The rocks were sliding down, so they repaired that, and so I'm going to see where they dock because Holland American sort of has that Broadway dock. Their big old ship will, dock there. Westmark Hotel, where I worked, was a subsidiary of Holland American. So they usually dock on the Broadway dock. Over on the railway dock, they can get 2 cruise ships in there. On the Broadway dock, it's just one ship that can dock in there. And then over on the ore dock, they can get 2 ships over there. So sometimes there can be 5 or 6 ships in there. They have a floating dock too, I think now. And it's just so interesting that on certain days, it's like 10,000 passengers come off of those cruise ships into the town. I describe Skagway as an adult playground. Now, I just want to ask you, please, please do not walk in the middle of the street, because the locals and people driving cars, they still are trying to maneuver around Broadway. But it is really amazing how the passengers, they come into town and they'll walk in the middle of the street just looking. And I understand about looking up, because I did that. But don't walk in the middle of the street. Part of my shift, at the end of my shift, I had to go to the post office. My hours as a night auditor was from 12 a.m. to 8 a.m. So at the end of my shift, I went, after I finished my shift, then I had to go to the post office and to the bank. And I wouldn't want to go down Broadway because I don't have to worry about, hitting anybody. So, I would try to take an alternate route. So, but I want to thank everyone that came in, and I'm going to close this out. And I'm just hoping it's beneficial for you. And please share this out and tell everyone about, hey, you can get around Skagway on a budget. Someone that worked there for 7 seasons said it. Miss Golden Girl. And tell them about my channel. Now, when you go searching for Golden Girl, you got to put my number afterwards. It's Golden Girl 1056. When I selected that name, I had no idea that there would be so many Golden Girls. So, hey, you see my shirt? So, hey, let me see how I can say this. As I was sharing, one of my niches is aging, embracing the golden years and beyond. So tell me, what do you consider the golden years? I was considering the golden years my 60s and beyond my 70s. But when I Google it, they say the golden years is 65 to 80. So what's your thoughts? What would you think the golden years are? All right, then. I look forward to seeing some comments on that, even from the replay or in the chat. But that's a question I'm putting out there. I'm going to write a book. But I'm coming back live this evening at 7 p.m. And the title of that live broadcast is Meet the Author. So I'm trying to learn the steps on how to write a book. Have you ever wanted to write a book? Well, stop in this evening on my channel at 7 p.m. And I'm going to be interviewing Constance Spikes. She published her first book last year at the age of 69. So this is, again, now that's on my part of aging, things that we can do as we grow older. Life does not stop after 60. Life does not stop. So, and with me, I am, another niche I have is weight loss. My goal is to lose 50 pounds total by December 31st. And I am down about 23 pounds down. So by May 27th, I need to be down 30 pounds. So I got to keep going for my goal, And then my other niche is, so I said traveling, aging, my weight loss, and the other one is swimsuit modeling. By accident, I developed an audience for that. I was just talking about my aquatic workout. I go to the Y Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I do a 30-minute aquatic workout followed by a 60-minute walk at the mall. And I could not believe I have over 56,000 views on this one video. So my high swimsuit audience And hi, all to my subscribers. I called you my gold nuggets. You are so precious to me, just so precious. Right now, I have over 500 subscribers, and my goal is to I have 1,000 by December 31st, and to have 4,000 watch hours. All right then. So check out my channel and look around. Thank you for stopping in on this video. This traveling is my passion. And this golden girl is reimagining herself as a sassy girl, See, I purchased me some hair. I'm going to come with a live broadcast about purchased hair. You know, as we age, our hair changes and everything. And so, hey, embracing my golden years and beyond. All right, take care. Thank you again for stopping in. Oh, hi, Betty. It's I would love to be on your show. Yes, just let me know anytime. But I'm about to close this out. I came with an impromptu. Yes, I got new hair. Look how many years it takes off of my life. So I'm going to purchase one more wig, and then I'm going to do a live broadcast on purchased hair. So, but thanks for stopping in, Betty. I'm about to close this out, and you're welcome to watch the replay. And I appreciate thumbs up and comments and shares. So, but yeah, I like my new hair. Sassy Anita. So, y'all take care. God bless. And just remember, you can get around Skagway on a budget. So I hope this video is helpful, because I aspire to inspire before I expire. Yes. Okay. I'm glad you caught me too. Betty has a awesome channel, so stop by, check out her channel. She is I am Betty at J Gathers, so you can Google that. She knew how to select her channel name. She knew real specific how many people gonna have I am Betty J Gathers, but I didn't know. I started my YouTube channel back in January 2022, and I was my niche that time was still traveling, but I was planning a trip to Hawaii, hosting family and friends for a month. And so, but I'm happy about my channel. I say it's an opportunity for me to leave a legacy for my family and friends. So when I get my heavenly wings and I'm going on to spend my eternity with God, that my family and friends can come into my YouTube channel and just still remember me. And so that's one of the things I think about. And so it's my platform to I have researched information to do 3 books, and I haven't done them. So I'm getting some training by creating content for the YouTube channel. So I feel now I'm ready, I think, to write the first book. I can't wait. As I was telling you, you got to stop by this evening at 7 p.m. and when I interview Connie Spike, meet the author. So, all right. Well, you take care, and see, this is where Miss V had told me about. I should have had it up, and then I could have played some of the video. Let me see. I'm going to see if I can go get this, because I think I got something. Let's see here. Let's see what I got. Yeah. Yeah, I got a little something here. Uh, let me take Betty down, hide. But yeah, so tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be interviewing Constance Spites. And Constance wrote a book to her son, Letters to My Departed Son, Dear Brandon, by Constance Spite. And so stop back, and it's going to be an awesome interview. Awesome interview. Constance lost her son to a brain defect, and that in her grieving process, she wrote letters to him, and she has since published those letters in a book. All right, then. So stop on back by the channel. It's going to be an awesome interview. You take care again. I am closing out. I have this bad habit. I keep talking. All right. Love you. God bless. Here, let me close that out and I can say, yeah, all right. Now you can see my face and I say bye. But yeah, stop in for this awesome interview with Meet the Author this evening at 7 p.m., April 18th. And it's going to be about an hour, an hour. Could go over a little bit, just depends. And so, but I'm picking her brain on how to write the steps to writing the book. So hopefully in the next year or two, I can get my book written, Embracing the Golden Years and Beyond. So answer that question for me. What do you consider the golden years? I Googled it and they're saying 65 to 80. I viewed my golden years, I said 60, and so I want to know. I would love to hear your comments on that. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye. Have a great day. Let me end this.